Hi, yo, happy birthday. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your August 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, so as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, Wisdom Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. But before we start all that, we're actually going to roll those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have the North Node, and the North Node actually just moved into Aries, which is your 9th house of philosophy, higher learning, and travel. We have 11, so 11th house energy for you guys is Gemini, and 11th house in general points to hopes and wishes and groups and friendships. And we have Libra, so we were just saying how the North Node moved into Aries recently, and of course, to coincide with that, we have the South Node in Libra. And for you guys, Libra is your 3rd house of communication, short journeys, and siblings. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, and challenging that, we have the Ace of Swords. So for some of you, there could be some creative idea you might have in mind, but at the same time, the struggle could be you might be overthinking where to get started with it, right? So I feel like this is saying you probably actually have developed it quite a bit, but you just might be overthinking actually putting it out there, right, for consumption. So that could be a bit of a struggle that you guys are going through right now. And for some of you, maybe it's also trying to incorporate more creativity into your daily process as well. So let's just say, so if we look at the artwork there, we see one foot on the ground, right, which makes you think of that grounded earth energy, and then we see the other foot in the water. So if we think of the water representing more creative energy, and then the earth representing a more grounded energy, that could be part of it too, right? So let's say if you have just a super generic example to get the point across a little better, let's say the grounded earthy energy represents a day-to-day 9 to 5 type job, right? And then the water represents a creative project you want to start on the side. So you could be trying to figure out, well, how could I take on both those things at once, right? All right, in the foundation position, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is a Taurus energy here, which actually represents your 10th house of career and social status. So this could just be saying that in a more traditional sense, you might already have quite a bit of success around your career, right? So maybe that's part of it. It's like, all right, now that I have secured the more tangible financial safety, let's say, right now I actually want to venture off and do something a little bit more creative, right? That maybe speaks to me more on a heart level that might not lead to the same level of prosperity, but at the same time, it'll help me feel more free, more secure, right? More happy. All right. Past energy, we have the 5 of Wands. So for some of you, this might also be why you're trying to take a really measured approach around the situation too, right? Because maybe in the past you found that things that you would come out with might have ruffled some feathers, right? So maybe you're like, okay, maybe I've been burned before when it came to communication, let's say, so now I'm trying to be a lot more careful around that, right? Especially given that we were just talking about how the South Node went into your 3rd house communication. And we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in August as well, so that could be part of it as you really second guessing, like, okay, how can I actually make sure I avoid those issues again? All right. Present position, we have the 10 of Swords. Excuse me. So for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe you've already experienced some falling out with, let's say, a friendship, right? So that could be part of it too. Where part of you, let's just say you had a falling out with a friendship, and now you're trying to figure out, okay, well, how can I actually restore the balance within that connection, right? Or maybe even with a bigger friend group in general, given that we see the 5 of Wands there. So maybe you might know that you might have crossed a boundary in a certain way, and now you're just trying to figure out, okay, well, how can I actually make peace there? And for others of you, this could just be pointing to what we were talking about, where you might be overthinking a certain situation, and now you'll get that forward movement. All right, in the near future position, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, so seeing this energy here, this is Capricorn energy, by the way, but seeing this energy here says to me that this could be around the work situation, or like I said, maybe you have your more traditional job, but maybe you're, let's say, it's just not really doing it for you that much, as far as you might find it's become very routine, very boring, right? So you could just be saying, okay, well, is there any way I can incorporate something else within that to actually help liven up my life a little bit? All right, position of your influence in the situation, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, looks like there's definitely that desire bubbling up within you, right, to take on something new. So maybe you feel, like I said, you just might feel a little bit of stagnancy. So on the one hand, the security is definitely a positive, right, because having that security allows you to even explore this idea to begin with, I feel. But it's just at the same time saying that, okay, yes, this is good and all, but I want to feel like I'm living a little bit more, right? In the environment position, we have the Six of Wands. So usually this points to an energy of recognition and success. This is a Leo energy as well. So for some of you, it could just be as simple as pointing out that yes, we're going to be in Leo season. You're going to have a lot of people wishing you a happy birthday, right? Maybe telling you to come out, right? Oh, let's go out for dinner, let's go out for drinks, whatever the case may be. So it could just be as simple as that, just that level, surface level recognition. But some of you could be bigger than that, saying that, whatever this is that you've been working on, like I was saying, it looks like you have had some success to this point anyway. So you could just be experiencing more recognition around that. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, it feels like there's this wing of options there. So let's just say rather, if you look there, we see it looks like she's leaning on those Six Pentacles, right? So that could represent the stability, right? The more traditional route that you've gone. And then we see the Three Pentacles there, which of course is less than on that side, but we also see the Bird there, which could represent some freedom, right? So maybe you're looking at, okay, do I want to stay the safe, secure route, which is definitely bringing me a certain level of success, or maybe take on something that's a little more risky, maybe won't bring me the same level of security, but I'll feel like I have more freedom, right? So that could be the pros and cons you're weighing around the situations right now. And again, like I said, maybe for some of you, you're hoping to find a way to keep both. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is the Libra energy here, and the positive here for sure is the fact that to me, this usually represents an energy of at least speaking up about what you want. So we did see the Libra energy come up with your dice as well. Like I said, that is your house of communication, so this could just be speaking up around your needs, and usually in Libra, energy is about balance as well. So like I said, maybe you'll find a creative way where you can do both of those things. So let's say if it's within your workplace and you know that you've had a certain level of success, right? So maybe it could be as simple as asking them, hey, could I start to work 35 hours a week, right? And that extra 5 hours you might have will give you more freedom to take on more of a creative project, right? Or hey, could I work from home 2 days a week? So that way, when you save that time off the commute, that gives you more time to pursue creative ventures. Things along those lines. I feel like this is going to point to you guys having some communication around that. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, like I said, it looks like the passion is going to be ignited within you. I mean, which in a way makes sense, right? It's going to be your season, so naturally that tends to reinvigorate you, whether you're Leo sun, moon, or rising, right? Just having the sun move through there, lighting up those Leo placements for you guys could actually light that spark. All right, moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have always do your best. And won't focus. Oh well. Take my word for it in case you couldn't see it, but it also says practice makes the master. All right, so let's read the actual message. Sorry if you guys hear that thunder outside. We have a storm going on right now. But it says, by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best. The habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. So, definitely a positive message there for sure. Like I said, it looks like you guys have reached a certain level of success, and to me, the part about it saying by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. It makes me think of what I was saying there with the temperance energy. It looks like you guys might have really been working on something and possibly even overdoing it, right? With the Ace of Swords in a challenge position, saying that. So maybe you're doubting your skill level in a certain way around the situation. So reading that message there, it could just be saying that, hey, you might already be where you need to be. You just need to have a little bit more trust in it. Alright, moving on to your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Regeneration. There's the artwork, and the number is 46. Alright, Essential Meanings says rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. The Oracle's message. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for sure. And I mean, like we said, for some of you, I feel like I didn't necessarily get this was for a lot of you going back to something from the past, but more of, like I said, trying to incorporate two things where, okay, yes, I've achieved a certain level in a more traditional career, but I wanted to also have more time for my creative side to come out, right? Things along those lines there. But I hope it resonated either way. All right, the relationship message says the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, definite endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. This didn't necessarily jump across to me like a love type reading, but I mean, we will have Venus retrograde in your sign, Mercury retrograde in Virgo, but also during your season at the very least. So yeah, definitely going to be a lot of energies from the past coming back around. All right, the prosperity message says, what happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then, once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start. A more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past because you really are experiencing a rebirth. So, definitely a positive message there, especially for those of you who are feeling that 10 of Swords energy in the present that we spoke about. So, hopefully that resonated as well. And lastly, we have a Mudra for you guys. So, this is your Mudra here. It's the Trishula Mudra. Keyword for it is destruction. Alright, and get that to go for this. There we go. So yeah, if you want to pause it to take a screenshot to revise to say you can, but under benefits it says removes obstacles on a spiritual path, serves as a spiritual weapon against ignorance, laziness, doubt, egoism, attachment, and aversion. So if that sounds like an injury thing be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name of it in the description video as always. Once again, happy birthday. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. Alright, bye.